Let's do that again. Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you like these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. If you like this watch, you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing a brand-defining watch, an era-defining watch. The Master Minute Repeater series, along with the Gyro Tourbillon trio, helped to define Jaeger LeCoultre's path through the first 2 decades of the 21st century. Having survived the quartz crisis in damaged condition, the company made the 90s its comeback decade, trying to stabilize itself and its image. And for most of the 20th century, the company had built mid-market watches, not the grand complications of the pocket watch era. Watches like the Master Minute Repeater, launched in 2005, and this version, launched in 2006, helped to re-establish the grandeur of 19th century and early 20th century LeCoultre grand complication watchmaking. So this watch, in grade 5 titanium, was a limited series of 200 for 2006 that followed the original platinum Master Minute Repeater Antoine LeCoultre. This timepiece is grade 5, meaning it is, practically speaking, more scratch resistant than 316 steel and remarkably wearable for a 44mm case. Now it's 44mm from 9 to 3, not including the slider for energizing the strike barrel or the crown. The watch is 15.5mm thick, and lug-to-lug you'll find it's a substantial but wearable 52.6mm. The spacing of the strap, and it is a wonderful strap, is 22mm between the lugs, so you'll have a bevy of aftermarket and OEM strap options. Now I did mention this was a brand-defining watch, and in many respects it is the crowning achievement of minute repeater construction from the decade of the 2000s. With volume between 70 and 80 decibels, this watch is as loud to the ear as it is to the eye. It's easy to wear because the lugs, though massive, are rather dramatically downturned. You can see how they turn almost 90 degrees from the horizontal sweep of the case band. Also, with curved spring bars that allow the lugs to be drilled closer to the case, you can actually pull the strap straight down around the tight curve of a smaller wrist without having to fight any flare or stiffness. The strap is beautifully appointed. Thick, substantial, made of large rectangular scale alligator in a matte finish in an anthracite gray with monotone stitch and a folded edge. It's calfskin on the underside, and it's one of the most impressively spec'd and constructed JLC straps I've encountered. It has a clasp to match. Titanium, all of high polish, with a double folding architecture. I own both double fold and single fold JLC clasps. The double fold is better for closing on a small wrist without pinching. And you'll also note that the underside is nicely arched to curve around a wrist. The case of the watch is simple, high polish grade 5 titanium, which is to say extremely resilient. Polished grade 5 is one of the toughest metals to scratch. And I have to say, I've seen examples of this model that have gone almost unmarred for over a decade. Indeed, I've seen some that haven't even been refinished since the original 2006 model run that are completely unmarked in any way. So this is a very resilient material as well as very light. Because it is titanium, on the wrist, and this watch could wear on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference, but on the wrist, it's feather light. You might think 41, 42 millimeter steel watch, maybe even 40 millimeter. Very comfortable. This is a timepiece that's designed to be worn, so much so that JLC also made it one of the first water-resistant minute repeaters with 5 ATM water resistance. They even advertise it on the case back as such, 5 ATM. Back to the business end of the watch. It's sensational. There were 2 versions of this watch. There was the Antoine LeCoultre, which featured a partially open-worked dial. It was designed to show you some aspects, like the strikers, the strike barrel, and the governor. But this one basically makes the watch disappear. It's not really designed to tell time to the eye so much as the ear, but if you look, you will see hour and minute hands, you will see indices in white gold as well as quarter Arabics. There are 2 scales on the dial. One traces the 15-day power reserve of the caliber 947. The other is a torque meter assembly that tells you how much torque, physical twisting force the twin mainspring barrels are putting out. Now, the watch has a 15-day power reserve and immense mainsprings, so it will be quite a good deal of torque. And in order to avoid damaging the mechanism, when you wind the watch, you'll note that the torque meter assembly actually disengages. The timepiece features an all-open minute repeater module on top of the 15-day base caliber. So what you have here is a system with the rack and the snail in the basically 12 to 2 o'clock quadrant. You have the root of the gong as well as the strikers in the 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock section of the dial. And then you'll note from approximately 6:30 to 9 o'clock you have the governor and you have the strike barrel that has been open-worked and skeletonized with each of the spokes of the barrel, the interlocking back-to-back JL logo of the manufacturer, and you'll just be able to see that Jaeger LeCoultre, the corporate marquee, is silk-screened and ghosted on the underside of the sapphire. Very small blueprinting for reserve and torque, but you're supposed to hear this one, not really see the time. Now, the entirety of the module, which is beautifully finished, is executed at a level that represents the highest the manufacturer has to offer. When you buy a master control, you're not getting the highest level of finish that Jaeger LeCoultre can produce. You're getting something that's an honest product with some hand finish, but mostly machine finish. This watch had an original retail price of around $180,000, so what you are getting is the highest level of mirrored anglage, kiln-fired oxidized blued screws, beautiful straight graining across bridges, everything from the jewel sinks to the edges of the reserve scales for torque and power. Entirely hand decorated and gorgeous as a result. No compromises here. You're getting the best of the best in both engineering and finish. On the caseback, quite distinctive. Pocket watch inspired, it's a throwback to those old 19th century and early 20th century caliber 19/20 that is, grand complication pocket watches with a 3/4 bridge in German silver, then rhodium plated with dark rhodium with twin mainspring barrels set in screw-fixed chaton and a Côte de Soleil or sunburst Côte de Genève that radiates out from the balance, which is both free-sprung and equipped with an overcoil hairspring. So the free-sprung architecture with the full bridge makes it very tough. A tough minute-repeating caliber, very uncommon. The overcoil architecture gives it the ability to beat concentrically in any orientation with respect to gravity, and it's one of the few instances you'll see of a overcoil hairspring used on a modern Jaeger LeCoultre. For the most part, it's tourbillon watches and then nothing. But this 43 jewel caliber 947 has that overcoil. What it also has is beautiful work, and as you can see, every jewel countersink, screw sink, as well as the edges of the balance bridge, the cock for the escape wheel, and the 3/4 bridge, mirror finished and rounded on its edge. Absolutely gorgeous. It's almost like a taste of Longa with Jaeger LeCoultre style and tradition. The watch, of course, everyday wearable. It was designed to be used, not to sit in a safe. I considered purchasing this watch myself, but I want this dream to come true for you. You can see and you can purchase this 200-piece Grade 5 titanium master minute repeater with 15-day power reserve on the watch box.